from friends of friends, and we've been growing steadily from that direction and just keeping it small at this time and slowly building out rather than...
Of me getting dressed to go to college or to get dressed to go to work, which was both at home because we were in lockdown. And some of them went really viral because you would get the aspect of, like, why are you getting dressed to sit at home? Is everything. TikTok is where all my growth is. TikTok is where I get all my views, all my engagement. TikTok is everything. But I couldn't allow Instagram to become stagnant either. But I wasn't going out of my way to create Instagram specific content for a platform that I had no growth on. So I would just upload the same video as a reel organically. I would record everything on a camera with mic, so I'd have all the raw footage. So I would just upload it to the two platforms individually, and then I'd close Instagram and go back onto TikTok and then be responding to all the comments and everything else. And then about 2 years of doing that, so it's over 600 videos, all of a sudden, like 3 or 4 Instagram reels that were like 9 months old just went absolutely bonkers. Like, they done like millions and millions of views. Like, my platform grew from 40,000 followers to 1.2 million followers, and scrolling, I'll go to like refresh my Instagram page and it would just jump by 100k followers. I was like, this is that. I actually thought I was being pranked. I was like, someone in Meta is just taking the piss out of me and they're going to delete my account. I was fully convinced that they were going to blow it up and then just delete it for the crack. Like, luckily that's not happened. They verified it and it's still growing. So luckily that didn't happen. Tyler and Kentucky Derby got in touch and say, hey, we'd love you to come to America and do the Kentucky Derby. And I was like, shit, I've never been to America before. This is wild. And they're paying a ridiculous sum of money. So I went to my job and I said, hey, can I get 5 days off to go to America for this brand deal? And they're like, no. And I was like, okay, I quit. And then, yeah, the hustle just started, like, creating the content and cultivating my audience, like being really engaged with them, being really responsive in my comment section, in my DMs, trying to diversify my content a little bit while still keeping that core organic content that everybody signed up for. So, I've just finished a call there. But it is 11. So I'm like really late for letting the dogs out. Those poor feckers are probably thinking, this motherfucker abandoned us. But I didn't. I'm here. So I'll get their food. Right. There we go. I can hear them in there. Dying to get out, but it's nice and sunny today. I thought it'd be about time to do an update on my hair transplant. So if you're new here, I got a hair transplant in, what are we now, 24, so September 2022. I went to Istanbul, I got a hair transplant. I have a video, I'll leave a card, I think it goes up there. I'll leave a card on the screen, or you can go back on the channel and you can see it. I think it's my most viewed video on this channel is my hair transplant video, and I've never done an update on it, and I get asked quite a bit, especially on Instagram and TikTok, about a hair transplant, how it works, all that sort of jazz. And I'm not going to go into the details on how it works in this video because I've done that in the last video. So if you're interested in that, you can go check that out. In this video, what I am going to talk about is maintaining a hair transplant, my thoughts, if I think it's worth it, would I do it again, and the products and medication that you have to take in order for a hair transplant to be successful. So if you're thinking getting a hair transplant, maybe this is something that you take into consideration to understand yourself and make sure that this is worth it, because it's not a short-term fix, this is a long-term maintenance job. And also the products that I'm going to show you in this video are also preventative. So if I had known about and used these products long before getting a hair transplant, so I started to kind of go thin and start to bald, and like kind of start to bald is probably an exaggeration, but I started to notice receding and thinning in kind of my early to mid 20s, and if I had acted then, and not acted when I was 30, then I probably wouldn't have needed a hair transplant at all. So a hair transplant is not magic, it is science, it is medicine, it is a cosmetic procedure. They take hair from the back of your head called the donor area and they retransplant it into the front. Now, onto the products that I use to make sure that my hair transplant is successful. So I would not have this hairline and this density if not for these products, and obviously if not for the hair transplant. But if I didn't take the products, the hair transplant would not be successful. So full disclosure, I'm hoping these products prevent me getting a second hair transplant. So I'm not super happy with the density in my crown, like the back here. More so, I part my hair on this side, so it's actually kind of here on the parting of my hair on this side on the back. Not super happy with the density in that area. So I'm hoping these products prevent me needing to go back and get a second hair transplant, because that's what a lot of people end up having to do. And if push comes to shove, it's absolutely something I will do. But I'm hoping the use of these products prevent that, and they should do. I feel that they're working, but it takes about 4 to 6 months for you to see proper results. And I am December, January, February, March, April, May. I'm coming up to the 6 month now, and like I got my haircut just before going to the Derby, and my barber commented on the quality of my hair. Not so much the density and the fullness, the actual condition of my hair, which is a huge compliment coming from a barber. So the products that I use to keep my hair on my head, essentially. So the first two products I'll show you are the most famous when it comes to talking about hair loss and hair growth and hair transplants and everything else like that. One of them is a prescribed medication. Some people have side effects from it. Luckily, I don't have side effects from it. But if this is something that you're considering, if this is something that you're struggling with, speak to a doctor, speak to your GP first. And that is finasteride. And the second one is minoxidil. So this is a spray. You can get this in an oral form. I've never taken oral minoxidil. So essentially you just like spray this onto the hair, massage it in, leave it for a few hours to really dry and get in, and then you can go about your day. You can style your hair whatever way you want. So these two are probably the most important when it comes to hair loss prevention or regrowing hair after a transplant. The other one is biotin. So this is like it's essentially like a hair vitamin. So this promotes healthy hair growth by looking after the root, the follicle, the condition of the hair. So in conjunction with those two products and a biotin, that's really going to promote healthy hair growth and in turn prevent hair loss. Obviously I've had a transplant, as I keep mentioning, but this is more about like promoting healthy hair growth and preventing hair loss as much as we possibly can. And in all shape, ways or form, a hair transplant should be like last resort. It was last resort for me. I was not ready to go bald, so I got a hair transplant, and this is why I use these products, to make sure that that investment into my hair remains. And then the two products that I use probably the most, so I should be taking finasteride every day. I should be using minoxidil every day, but I don't. I should, but I don't. I would probably get much better results if I did. You should use that every single day for 6 months for the best results. I don't, because generally I forget, or I'm so busy, or I'm traveling, and that's generally it. But the two things that I do use the most is the hair growth complex. So this is essentially the newer version of this. There's biotin in this, but there's much more in it. It's a multivitamin as opposed to just a hair vitamin. So there's like zinc and there's copper and there's like lots of other things in here which are amazing for your hair and promoting hair growth. So 2 of these every single day. I try to be religious with this. I try to be super religious with the multivit. And then you see this in some of my videos. This is the shampoo. So this essentially, hair loss, male pattern balding, hair loss is a genetic thing and a hormone thing. DHT. So DHT on your scalp. This reduces the amount of DHT on your scalp, which in turn promotes healthy hair growth. And then there's caffeine in it, which in turn helps promote healthy hair growth. And unlike many shampoos, particularly your bog standard supermarket bought shampoos, a lot of them are actually really, really bad for your hair. So it's why if you go through the hassle of getting a hair transplant, of getting on like a 4-hour flight all the way to Turkey, basically doing like a 10+ hour cosmetic surgery, you're going to make sure that the shampoo that you use is the best that it can possibly be. I bring this to my barber when I get in my haircut. I bring my own shampoo and like wash my hair with this and not the stuff that you use in the barber shop. I travel with these guys everywhere I go because they're easy to travel with. They're just a capsule as opposed to a liquid. Under 100 mils, so theoretically I should be traveling with this a lot more than I should. And then these guys, I should be taking those more than I should as well. So, do I think a hair transplant is worth it? Yes, absolutely. If it is last resort, as I said. If I had been using these 4 products, so finasteride, minoxidil, either biotin or this multivitamin hair growth complex and this shampoo, if I was using these 4 products for at least 6 months when I was in my early 20s, as I said, with the finasteride, speak to a doctor. I done a course of finasteride for about a year on its own, no other medication, no minoxidil, no other things. It was prescribed directly from the doctor. I didn't see any side effects at all, none at all, and I also didn't see any major results from it because I was using it on its own. So using it in conjunction with these is absolutely imperative. My results are obviously a little bit more dramatic because I've had a hair transplant, but what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is if I'd used those products long before getting a hair transplant, there's a strong chance that I wouldn't even have needed one, or I would have needed it way later in life. Instead of getting one at 30, it might have been 40 or 45, and then by 40 and 45 I might have just been like, you know, fuck it, I'm ready to just whip it off. Or maybe I'd have been like, I love my hair, so I'm going to keep my hair. It's, you never know. Like, I love styling my hair. I love it being almost an additional accessory to an outfit. So you see sometimes like there's like a natural curl to it. Like, I've obviously not styled it or done anything with it now, but there's like a natural wave to it. So sometimes if I blow dry it and style it, like I'll have like a little like Earl Flynn kind of curl down the front, and I think that adds an aesthetic element to some outfits that I do. And then even just like wearing a hat, and you can see just the nice kind of taper around the bottom of the hat. Even when I'm wearing a hat, I'm still conscious of how my hair looks under the hat, or, you know, when you take the hat off, how the hair looks. So I'm not ready to give up my hair anytime soon, and that's why I use the products that I use, and it's why I opted for a hair transplant. So to talk a bit more about the products, so these are from a company called Sons. So they're an Irish company. I think they're based in the UK now, and I am on the ultimate plan from them. So it's a 6-month plan, and you get 6 months worth of, when I signed up it was biotin, but I think they've changed it to the hair growth complex. You get 6 months worth of shampoo, 6 month worth of finasteride, and 6 month worth of minoxidil. So that's the plan that I'm on with Care for Sons. I paid for that plan, not in full, but it was like I got a discount on it, but I did actually pay, and I've been using the product for about a year or so on and off. Like when they first launched, I got like a press drop, and I used the product from there, and then we shot an ad, and then we built a relationship with the guys, and now I'm an ambassador for them, which is probably the best ambassador program that I've ever done with a brand, because it came completely organic. It wasn't them coming to me and going, you have loads of followers, let's do something. It was like, you use our product and you love our product, so let's do something. And I think that's probably the best partnership that I've ever been in with a brand, and I really love that. Like, I have a really good relationship with the guys, and I think we work really well together, and it's never like super pushy and like super addy and stuff like that. They allow me to like talk about their brand and their product in a really organic way, which I really like. And then obviously the transparency around having a hair transplant. We don't tell people like, look how amazing my hair is, and it's all because of these products, when we're very clear that I've had a hair transplant, but these products are absolutely essential in ensuring that hair transplant is successful. Because as I said, a hair transplant is not magic, it's science and it's medicine. So it'd be like getting surgery on your leg and then not doing any physiotherapy afterwards. All this stuff is physiotherapy for your hair. So if you are considering getting a hair transplant, I would consider doing this first, because that's what I should have done. I didn't know about this brand two years ago when I first opted for a hair transplant. I didn't know about the brand, but if I did, I'd have absolutely went on at least a 6-month course of these to see if I could slow down or at least reverse the hair loss, and then I'd have made a decision on whether I want the more dramatic effect of a hair transplant or not. So I hope that's an update on the hair transplant. I know I'm like waffling quite a bit, but those are the products that I use, and that is the update on the hair transplant in terms of like what I'm happy with, what I'm not happy with, i.e. this little patch back here. So hopefully these products can prevent me getting a second hair transplant, but if I do have to, I do have to, that's no problem. But yeah, that is a hair transplant update, I guess. If you have any questions about a hair transplant or about any of these products, absolutely feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'm very, very responsive in my comments, so if you drop a comment, you'll get a response. And if you don't want to do it publicly, shoot me a DM on Instagram. More than happy to answer any questions that you have there about a hair transplant, about the clinic that I used, anything like that, or about the products. If you want to go down a more preventative route and not do the dramatic hair transplant, just shoot me a DM if you don't want to leave a comment below, and I'm more than happy to talk through any of these bits and my experience with them, and anything else like that. So okay, let's get on with the rest of the day. The dogs are fed. I've done my hair thing. I need to get in a shower, but first I need to drink my tea, and then after that, then I don't really know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. I don't think I have anything to do for the rest of the day now that I've filmed this. Probably film like a let's get dressed thing, even though I don't think I'm actually going anywhere, despite it being beautiful out. So Daisy, bring it, I'll throw it. Daisy, come on, bring it. The other dog wants to play. The other dog come here. This one dog wants to play fetch. So having a chill evening with the Xbox, playing Call of Duty. I only ever play before anybody asks for like an Xbox ID or anything like that. I only ever play the campaigns because I am terrible at multiplayer. So just play the campaign. So that's what I'm doing.
When do we leave?
How's now?
A plane hijacking mission on Call of Duty is absolutely mental. Remember all the controversy? I think it was in Modern Warfare 2, maybe, I think it was, when like you go through the airport and you're just like mowing people down, and now there's like a full-blown mission on an airplane. This is mental. Okay, I forgot to finish the vlog, so I'm just gonna finish it now. It's technically the next day. I'm still sick, but nonetheless. I hope that hair update helps. If you're interested in checking out any of those products, the links are in the description below. And as I said, better to be preventative and use a hair transplant as your last resort. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for all the support on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I love you guys. Goodbye.